So before I get any fame, there is actually something else that I've come up with an idea of what I really want to do, which is to test the public on, like Annie. It seems something that keeps coming into my head, but I've not really known how to explain it. You know how Annie puts an advert out to find out who her parents are? Well, before I get any fame, I would love to do that same kind of thing, only I want to test people just on what they know. I don't even know if you've already done this. You might have already done it. I'm hoping. In fact, in ways, I kind of feel like I'm hoping you would have already done it. You would have taken enough interest to, find out who's able to believe that God is a woman. You don't need to expose my name. You don't need to expose much about me. But there are loads of questions that I want to know. Maybe you've already done this. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. But before I get any fame, I would love people to do this. Find out how many people, like on the quoting, on the numbering of 1 to 10, how likely do you think God is going to be a female? Like near 0, 10, how likely? I'd love people to have a profile and then ask people lots and lots of questions. And I'm wondering if you could mix it in with the same kind of profile that you have with the songs. Here's the songs, you pay 3p per song, or maybe 5p, or if you want to make a video out of it. I don't know if there's probably lots of software where you can download it, because I can see when the singers' names get revealed, I can imagine there being a lot of people against it and being like, oh, this can't be from God, but maybe they'll turn and they'll say, I think it'll be so interesting to see what people are going to say. If you can make an easy streaming system where you can actually play a video whilst filming yourself, talk about the video, and then you can press pause on the video, and then you can talk about it, and you can play. I think there would have to be a catch, which is that you need to stop the video every 15 seconds, because the music needs to be able to be sold. But yeah, if you're watching a video, I find it so annoying. If you're watching a video and someone's talking about a song, it really makes me want to watch the song, but I want to watch the song without all the interruptions. But yeah, I think it should be fine it should be legal. I don't even like this sort of copyright thing. Or if a copyright is, say if someone's making a video and they're analysing a song, I don't think the person who wrote the song should be entitled to get any money from it, because you want to encourage people to make these videos. You want to encourage people to play the song and analyse it, play the song and analyse it. But I think you would need to make some sort of ruling in it, that providing the song clips aren't any longer than 15 seconds, or if a song is maybe 15-20 seconds, I don't know, you should say that there's a cap. And if you're using 15 seconds or less and you're talking about it, you should be able to, I think right now people are afraid to talk about singers and celebrities because they're afraid to have their videos taken down. I think a lot of people are afraid of videos being taken down. I don't think I've had that many videos taken down. It's just the copyright. I've had loads of my videos taken down because of the copyright, and it's annoying. If there's a sort of copyright on it and it's not your copy, well, you're the one who made the video, you're the one who's doing all the talking, you're the one who's analysing the song, you're the one that's giving song promotion to the song. If you're saying this and that about the song, you're actually talking about the song, you're actually making people want to listen to the song, and they want to listen to the song without all your talking. They want to have their own, most people who listen to songs want to have their own interpretation, and therefore if someone is taking a song and analysing it, I don't think it should be counted as their copyright. You could say, I don't know what the monetization is on YouTube videos, but it's annoying me to think that if people are making videos with the hope of making a penny per view or something, or maybe half a penny, or half a penny for 5 views, or I don't know whatever it is, it's obviously not very high, but if people are making YouTube videos with the hope of trying to make a little bit of money out of it, I think you should encourage people to do this. And if you start saying that they no longer are able to, I don't know how the money thing works, I really don't, but I think, I don't know how it is. I feel like that is how it is, that people aren't doing that because they they wouldn't play a song, they wouldn't have the music playing on it, so they'll talk about the song but they won't actually have the song playing because they don't want to get a copyright strike or find that it's monetized and they can't make any money from it. So why are you doing it then? What's the question? Surely you should want them to to talk about the song and want them to play the song and then talk about it and play the song. You should be encouraging people to do this, because if you are doing this, you are encouraging. But yeah, right now, if the song itself is actually free, or if the song itself is actually free, then it's just like, why would you prevent other people from showing it for free when you can get it free anyway? But yeah, I don't understand that. But if you can change that, I'm happy for the songs to be only seen as a whole, sold. But I like the idea of people going online and talking about things, and giving their views on the different angels. But yeah, I want there to be a survey where people talk about what they think God is. What would God look like? And also, there's loads of people that think that they've had dreams or visions of God, and therefore there should be some sort of, if people have like some sort of profile, and then you have questions, and this will be before I get famous, so have like a different avatar. I would love to set up just like a pre-website, that will be maybe when AJ Miller starts rising and gets promotion, he can promote this website. If you don't think I'm God, well, because he's not going to be promoting himself as God, he's just going to be promoting himself as Jesus. He's not even promoting himself as Christ. He's in a way, he's going to be destroying the Christ figure, because he's going to be saying that I'm Jesus but I'm not Christ. But he could be coming with prophecies about how Christ is coming in the future. That Christ is going to come in the summer of July 15th, but he could be prophesying about me, and whilst telling people that he was the guy who inspired the Bible, but whilst prophesying that someone's going to come in the future. But he doesn't have to say that it's female. In fact, he might not even know that he's talking about me. He could be talking about Martin, because that's the Son of God. So if he wants to start saying that the Son of God is coming, he could do that or something. There's I don't know. I'd need to meet him. I'd want to meet him, have a week holiday with him, to analyze, how much he is able to believe in me, or what he knows, or maybe he already knows. I don't know. If we got on well, I feel like I have a big recovery process to do, and he might help me with that, because I feel like he's gone through a similar kind of abuse to what I've gone through. Only mine's far more extreme, but he's been in a position where no one's believed him for a very long time, or not many people have believed him. And but yeah, I'd love to have just a random website that is advertised by YouTube. Have you asking things like, do you think you know God? We're doing a nationwide survey to find out what the face of God looks like. If you've had any dreams, if you've had any visions, if you know anything about God, go to this site and tell us what you've known. Now, we don't want to have huge, long descriptions, we don't want to have big, long conversations, so you need to find some way of shortening it down. So say like maybe ask questions: is God male or female? What color hair? Did you see the face? But I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, I didn't actually see God. I saw God. I spoke to him. Oh, but I didn't actually see him. I just got a feeling. Just got a feeling that he was there. But yeah, ask questions. And you can even go into details. Do you think God likes drinking? Do you think God, if God was human, do you think God would have fish? Do you think God would be a vegetarian? And you can ask so many questions about who God is as a person, and you can pretend that you're just doing a survey to try and work out who God is, when really you're just doing a survey to work out who people think God is. But yeah, aim it at people who actually think that they know who God is, because these are people that have obviously just had a dream or something. If I had a dream and I meet someone like a teacher or a school friend or a celebrity, I wouldn't think, maybe for a second I might think, I wonder if they had the same dream too. And maybe for a second I'll think, have they had the same dream too? But after I've snapped out of that, I would be like, of course they weren't in the dream. I didn't speak to them. I don't know. They wouldn't have likely remembered any of that because they weren't there. And okay, because I'm God, I feel like I'm a bit more confused, because I'm like, maybe I'm having a dream of something that's going to happen a long time in the future, and I'm just connecting with some sort of outside world where I meet all these people. I don't know. As a God, it's very, very confusing, because I'm thinking about a million different possibilities, and that's how you're supposed to think, because you shouldn't just see stories in one way. You should analyze them as many ways as possible. And because I know that my higher self is living outside time, I feel like I would see things differently. But most people on earth would have a dream about someone and they wouldn't think for a second that that person was actually there. So why is it that if they start thinking that if God shows up in their dream, or if God starts talking to them, oh, of course, that's the real God. It's like you think about people and you dream about them because you thought about them and you know them and you recognize them. Now, if you're a religious person, you know, you will think about God. Now, even if you're not a religious person, you still watch films. You still, you know, might know people that are religious. You still might walk past churches or, you know, you could have a dream about a white Ku Klux gang member. That doesn't mean that you worship the white Ku Klux gang member, you know, that they're just people that are on earth, I think. I'm kind of thinking that they're dying out now, but they were people on earth. I mean, I could have a dream about ancient Egypt. That doesn't mean that I've actually spoken to people from ancient Egypt, nor does it mean that I time traveled or anything, and it doesn't mean that I actually spoke to them. So in that same way, you know, if you've had a good dream about God, even if you're an atheist, why would you think that means that you've spoken to God? I don't know, but there's a lot of YouTube videos where people talk about dreams that they've had. But yeah, I would love to make it specific and just get people. You could get it on video as well. You could have some way of I think YouTube is the best way for that. People are always promoting it, but I hate all these long videos. You want to hear the story, and then they start off by telling you about their life and then telling you their life history and then start insulting their parents and starting to put lots of blame on other people if they're about to say that they made a mistake, you know, and then they finally get to the story, and then they long-wind it out, and then the actual story is like a tiny bit long, and the whole conversation is like an hour long. I hate videos like that. So yeah, you need to find some way of just making it snappy. Maybe asking people to send in a 30-second video about what they think God is, and say that say that we won't allow the video to be uploaded if it's more than a minute or something. You know, make sure it's really kept short. But I would love that, because I would love to know how many people would actually describe me, how many people would actually get it right. You know, I'm God, so therefore, if you ask people a million questions about God, you will know the answers, because you will know what I feel. And okay, I might feel slightly differently. Sometimes I might say that I love drinking lots, and then other times I'd be like, no, I don't want to drink that much because it makes me feel sick. You know, so my views sometimes change. I have lots of views actually that change, so you might not get a completely accurate view, but I know what I know, and there's plenty of questions where people are wrong, and I would just really love to know how many people believe that they have met and know God, and yet would say that God is female, blonde, or alias looking, or a cave woman, or you know, if has God ever been a cave woman? You know, ask that question. You know, and I'd just love to know how many people actually are telling the truth, and how many people are just talking about dreams and visions that they've had.